Afternoon, Kojey.
Munya, my main man. Not gonna lie, this place is kind of nice though.
Yeah, they know how to treat their clients. Oh, and complimentary cucumber. Don't mind if I do. Hi there, I'm Munya Chawawa, and this is Deep Issue Massage, the show that tackles deep issues and deep tissues. Today's guest is the rapper, poet, and fashion icon behind the brand new album, Reasons to... What was it? Oh, it's left me. Oh God, this is embarrassing.
Smile.
Yeah, I will smile in a minute. I'm just trying to remember something. Nope, it's left me. Anyway, it's Kojey Radical. Well, Kojey, as they say in Ghanaian, Andale.
It's not a language.
Right, this way.
Come on.
After you, sir.
Oh, thank you.
That cucumber tasted mayo.
You'll be all right.
Well, Kojey, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Just two guys relieving some stress in a totally broadcastable way. So this first part of the show is called facial expressions, because we're going to get a facial and you get to express yourself on a number of things in your life.
Okay.
So
this is my first. Hands
enter frame. Oh yeah. How do you feel about the fact that you got to meet Dana White, president of the UFC?
Hey, listen. I've never been like geeked in my life, like flustered. And this man walked in and I was like, there he is. I have to get signed right now.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you could get signed.
Wait,
Two words come to mind, stick insect.
Are you crazy?
Do you know what I noticed when I saw Dana White? Because he's pumped.
Yeah.
Why is it always, the beasts are always bald, like the guys you don't want to mess with are bald. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Dana White, Goldberg.
Do you know what it is? Muscle growth is directly linked to hair loss.
Oh, well, I'm going to be really strong by the end of summer, because have you seen this hairline? Your mum is a gangster, according to your latest work.
We grow up watching our parents, especially our mothers, really leading the way when it comes to what we consider strength, you know? Like the idea of her migrating and starting a life here and deciding to raise children here, like, that's not an easy thing to do.
What combination did you use to get if you misbehaved? Because I got one slipper, two slipper, calling dad.
My mum she's a sharpshooter.
She's a sniper.
Yeah, she's Hawkeye.
And my mum had that boomerang slipper 3000.
Oh,
yeah? Hit you on the way out, hit you on the way back. Kojey, how does it feel to have Wretch 32 as pretty much a mentor across your last album?
He's obviously on the album, but that was not his intention. He pulled up to be there, to oversee this process and to make sure that I didn't lose myself in being anxious or being nervous or being, do you know what I'm saying, anything other than myself, so.
Was there a bar that got him gassed?
Swerving at the dealership, looking like a ton of gold, feeling like I sold my soul before I even touched the roads.
Kojey, how do you feel about lullabies, considering you said you prefer rapping to your son over lullabies? I'm not gonna lie, Lil Bo Peep actually sounds like a rapper now when you think about it. She was there ahead of the little pumps and the little squirts, and I don't know if a little squirt is one, but they will be.
I was writing that line in terms of fatherhood, and for some people, I think the adjustment into that role is easy. For me, I found it quite hard to take myself seriously doing the baby stuff, talking in the high voice, and I couldn't, every time I was like, from the time my son came out of the womb, like until today and forever and ever, like, man just talks to him like he's my brethren. So if I got to practice a bar or rap a bar, like I'm gonna rap it to him, and I'm gonna see if he smiles or giggles or has any kind of reaction to it whatsoever, because obviously it's teaching him language, but also at the same time, I think it's just like, it's building that dynamic between us. Like, that's my firstborn, that's my first son, that's gonna be my best friend. So
I love that, man. So you talk to him like he's your brethren.
Yeah, that's my guy.
You know, for most people, their kid's first word is dad or mama. Yeah, that part's cold still.
Yeah, that part's cold still.
Well, that was a lovely little facial, wasn't it?
That's all right. Are your hands not tired?
My hands? No, I've just been resting them.
Oh, not your hands, but...
Oh, the masseuses, right, I can imagine they are. All right, here we go. I'm doing the hot dog. So Kojey, this bit's called Pressure Points.
Yes.
And it is just a chance for us to talk in depth about the highs and the lows of being Kojey Radical. Now, you described in an interview fatherhood or your son as saving you from a promenade of chaos.
Oh, damn, that's deep sometimes, isn't it? That's crazy.
What did you mean, and like, how has that been for you?
I think for me, when I made that quote, I found myself kind of walking in the path that many young men do, where there's an air of invincibility to the things that go on in your life, especially when you're only living for yourself. There's not much for you to care about, or many people for you to care about along the way. You're kind of just living for yourself. And for me, that was only ever going to end in one way. You know? And I think my son gave me something else to live for apart from myself.
2017, you was in this 5-figure debt. I heard you discussing on one podcast. It's interesting to me because behind that, you were still a first-class graduate. You had co-signs from the likes of Michaela Cole. To many people, I think they would have gone, what, this guy's made it, man. What's he on about? What was going on?
So I came into the game as a poet. I was doing spoken word and art, and that's what I was. I was an art kid. I didn't have a lot of experience of music and the industry, and I was learning on the go. So I found myself walking into situations that at the time were sweet. The further I got, certain things changed, certain people left, and I was kind of on my own at one point, managing myself. And I'm starting to look through all the books and the paperwork, and I realized like, yo, man's in a bit of a sticky one still. And I was quite a recluse in a sense where my family didn't really know I did music like that. They had an inkling, but I wasn't going to them every time something would happen. I was trying to hide all the stress that I was going through. And in the sense that my family saved me, like I remember my sister and my brother was like, what's going on? Nah. And they was with me every day. They was going to every meeting. They was helping me meet every lawyer, every manager, every person. I just literally put my head down and was like, well, I gotta make money regardless, whether I'm in debt or not. And I managed to turn it around in a couple of years, like majorly.
I've got 5 really close friends of mine whom, I can't imagine in life without. Like when I'm going through my highs and lows, if I get any remote worry, I just reach out and they're there. Obviously, you had the experience of losing a close friend, and I just wondered, because I can't even imagine, what does that feel like mentally and emotionally, and how do you get past that?
It was hard. When it's the person you least expect, it's like it hits you hard, and then when it's somebody that's like been such a pillar in your life and your career, it's even harder. But I think ultimately it's just about remembering who they was as a person, what they represented. And Harry was one of those people that couldn't be sad for too long. As soon as I remembered that, I think it became more of like a driving force rather than a reoccurring burden. I went through the harder part of it, like I definitely went into a very dark space and did all the things that came with that. And I'm very good at like wearing a brave face. Like most people wouldn't know what I was going through when I was going through it, but at the same time, like that's not healthy,
Yeah.
What got me out of that was genuinely just thinking about who Harry was. And if I feel like I'm walking in this dark space in memory of him, then I'm not respecting his legacy. You know what I'm saying? So I have to get back out there. I have to do things properly. I have to pick myself up.
So Kojey, our partner for this series, Harry's, did some research and found that 34.2% of men who have a consistent grooming routine, like a shave routine or a face wash, reported having a positive mindset. How much do you agree with kind of look good, feel good, or taking pride in your appearance as a means of self-care?
Nothing's gonna make me feel like a fresh thing. Walking out that barbershop and in the back of your mind hearing you don't have to call by yourself. Just playing in the back of your cerebellum and them things there.
Bro, let me tell you one thing. You know those exfoliating gloves, yeah? The rough ones?
Yeah.
I didn't know that you were meant to use those once a week. So I used to use them twice a day.
Oh.
So bro, my face looked like a UFC canvas.
But now I'm taking care of it. We can all admit, you see the glow.
You see
the glow.
baby.
We got one more part to go, but I'm gonna need you to put your face in the hole. Don't ask questions.
So, Kojey, this is the last part of the interview. It is called Chop Chop. Quick fire questions whilst we get chopped up like some beef brisket. 3, 2, 1, go. Favourite animated movie?
Spirited Away.
What's your reason to smile?
The jerk chicken.
Okay, you should have said your son.
Oh yeah. My son.
Ghanaian or Nigerian jollof?
Gambian jollof.
Gambian?
Yeah, they invented
Doesn't
it.
even exist. Ow, my kidneys. How was it working with Songs of Kenneth?
It was a joyous experience, one that I'll cherish forever. And
Do you listen to K-pop?
I do not listen to K-pop.
How many tattoos do you have?
I have 11 tattoos.
What's the best sound to start a verse with? Mine's yeah,
I was gonna say
Oh, this sounds mad without context. How long can you hold your breath for?
Oh no, 1 sec.
Okay, he's actually holding his breath. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Munya Chawawa, he's been Kojey Radical, and this has been Deep Issue Massage.